What's going on, guys? This is Untapped Territory. So fuck it. Let me just get right into it. So, as you guys probably know already, I might have torn some ligaments in my knee, and I had all these doctor's appointments set up that I needed to go and get an MRI, and I needed to see my orthopedic and everything like that. And I don't know if you noticed something different about me. No, I didn't do coke. I took my nose piercing out because apparently, if you keep it in during an MRI, it could get ripped right out of your face. And I know what you're thinking. Yeah, but if you leave it in, then when it comes out, it'll pull all the boogers out and everything. And maybe you're right. But then again, is that a risk that I'm willing to take? Probably not. So, either way, this morning I woke up at a very early 9 o'clock in the morning. That should hit. You kidding me? But I woke up this morning, had a bowl of cereal, guzzled down some Cheerios, and boom, right there, I was on with my day. I set up all this podcast equipment because I wanted to do a podcast before the MRI appointment. And then I looked back at it. I was like probably like 3, 4 minutes in, and I looked back at it and I'm like, damn, bro. I didn't think I looked different in the morning. I looked like fucking shit. Uh, and like my eyes were all puffy. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Scrap it. I'll go to my MRI and I'll come back home and I'll do it after. So now here we are. I'm all situated and I'm about to tell you guys about my experience while I was over there. And then we'll get into something else. I have no idea what it is yet. Kind of just winging it off the top of the cranium. So, woke up, ate my cereal, whatever, took a shower, and then made my way over to this MRI appointment. First off, I went to the wrong place. So it's like an imaging center in Randolph, and I fucking accidentally went to the one in Caldwell. Cause brain dead too early in the morning. Didn't get my beauty sleep like I was supposed to. So halfway driving over there, I was like, "Fuck, dude, I'm going to the wrong place." So I spin the block, turn around, and I ended up making over to my appointment a little bit late. But fashionably late is so in style, so it doesn't even matter. And sit down, fill out some paperwork. They call me in. All fine and good, whatever. Then this guy takes me into the back. It sounds fucked up. But this guy takes me into the back and he's like, basically, here, just put all your stuff in this locker and we're going to give you a gown to wear. And I'm like, yeah, perfect. So I take off all my clothes. Now I'm wearing just my underwear and my socks. And I throw this gown on. But something that you guys need to know about me is that I'm not very limber. I have no mobility because my arms are so absolutely fucking ginormous. So I'm trying to tie this thing around my fucking back and I can't really do it, can't really reach it. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to walk around with this shit swinging and I'm just going to have my ass in the breeze. And I guess they didn't like that because as soon as I stepped out of that room with my underwear basically hanging outside of this gown, real quick, the guy that brought me back there goes, "Oh, let me tie that up for you." So he ties up the neck piece, ties up the back piece, and then there was another one that kind of went around my legs because this shit was down to my fucking ankles. But for a normal person, that's probably like to their knees, but they probably don't have much short, muscular, sexy men coming in. It's all besides the point. So I'm standing there while this guy's tying me up, and I'm like, fuck, man, this sucks because he caught some of my back hairs in the tie and whatever. So now I lay down on the table. They bring me in with the machine. The guy goes, "This is going to take about 20 to 30 minutes. Just relax, just calm down." And I fucking forgot how long these MRIs take. And it sucks. But to be fair, they gave me the worst fucking music ever. Like, they put these big ass bulky headphones on, nothing like these sexy ones that I also use for PlayStation, but they put these big bulky headphones on me, and the fucking music that they're playing is absolutely atrocious. If it was good music, like if they were throwing on country music, I probably could have sat there, fell asleep, maybe got my feels, cried a little bit, but they didn't. But then I'm also thinking about it, like maybe they give you really bad music because if they put on some fucking Katy Perry or maybe even some Taylor Swift, Shania Twain, Feel Like a Woman, I actually probably would not be able to stay there still. I'd probably hit a little dance move. I'd probably feel myself a little bit more than they want me to. So they probably give you bad music on purpose. So they're like, fuck it, we'll keep them quiet, but we don't want them to dance at all, you know? So after the MRI kind of goes, and I ended up falling asleep in there, but after the MRI kind of ended, I packed up my shit and I left. And on my way out, I was waiting for my disc, which they typically give you, I guess. And I called orthopedic and I was trying to set up an orthopedic appointment for today and couldn't get squeezed in. So I'm probably going to either have to go tomorrow or I'm probably going to have to go next week or whatever. I'm kind of in a rush though. I'm trying to just get all this shit on the road. I'm trying to get it progressing faster than what it is, but it's just it comes with the territory, untapped territory. It comes with the territory of I guess it just taking forever and having to see so many doctors before they could finally get you down on a table and cut you up, I guess. But at the end of the day, what are you gonna do? So after all that, I stopped and I went and got a bagel. Fuck that. Two. I got a Taylor ham, egg, and cheese on an everything bagel. And I got a plain bagel with cream cheese. Normally, I don't fuck with plain bagels. But the only reason that I got a plain bagel is because I eat it on my way home from the deli, the bagel joint, whatever you want to call it. But I ate it on my way home. And if I eat an everything bagel, then the seeds get everywhere. And you have to hit that stupid little and fucking swat it all onto the floor of your car. And that's absolutely miserable to deal with. So I just got a plain bagel, cream cheese. First off, I've never had a bagel with cream cheese this fucking hot before in my life. The cream cheese was damn near burning my fingers. It was burning my lips. Holy shit, it was insanely hot. So I ate that, came home, ate the Taylor ham, egg, and cheese. Had a little bit of Taylor ham left over, so I gave some to my dogs. And because the pod doggy eats very well. He eats probably better than most humans. And I don't give a fuck what people have to say about don't feed your dog from the table. That motherfucker, I would trust that dog with my life. If I was drunk one night and I needed a DD, dude, call up my dude. Call up Gunner. Call up my boy and have him come scoop me. If I needed someone to testify for me in court, Gunner, put him on the ring on the cell phone or whatever. However, I'm getting in contact with this guy, but bring him in here. He probably thinks I'm the best guy in the world. Complete character witness to the max. This guy would help me out. He would get me out of murder probably. So now we're here. And now we're recording this podcast, which at the beginning I didn't really know what to talk about. And I feel like just giving a little bit of a breakdown, I feel like it kind of put me in the right direction. So basically for this weekend, right, with Vin just turned 21 a couple weeks ago. Well, actually, by the time that I post this, that weekend will be over. So we'll see if my predictions are correct. But I'm supposed to be going to Atlantic City. And I'm supposed to be staying at the Hard Rock Casino. And I'm going on Friday. And I'm staying until Saturday morning-ish, whatever. And my prediction, I'm going to make $1 million. I'm due. I haven't hit at the casino in a very long time. But whatever. What are you going to do? So normally when I go to the casino, the first thing that I always do is I sit down on the blackjack table, just kind of see how things are working out for me. And when I first sit down, I I probably throw like $100 up, whatever, and just kind of see how the cards are working for me. And it's weird because I always somehow leave the blackjack table with maybe a profit of like $50 or whatever. And I don't know why I don't learn, but normally when I leave there, I go and play the roulette table, right? And roulette is one of the hardest games to predict because there's so many different outcomes, and always when you think that you have it figured out, it fucking switches up, and now you don't have it figured out. So when I used to play, I would play with whatever the minimum is, I guess. I don't even know. But I would just do the numbers and then I would do red and black. And then I would always throw money on the zeros, you know? But then I started to figure out that the zeros don't come out as much as people expect them to or whatever. So I kind of stopped betting on the zeros and I stopped betting on the inside numbers and I started betting on the first, second, and third columns, I guess you would be rows, columns, whatever, what are you going to call it? And honestly, that right there has worked the best for me because the payout is 3-1 or 3-2, whatever the fucking case may be. But if I throw $5 up and one of those hit, $15. So I was watching a couple of YouTube videos on it because I'm super tech savvy, and I figured out this strategy that's kind of been working really good for me lately. And what it is you put $5 on one and then $5 on another, and then I just fucking hit my beard on the microphone. So $5 on one, $5 on the other, and if one of those hit, then you double down on the other one, and then you take your $5 because now basically you're playing with the casino's money. But I'm not going to go into it too crazy. But either way, I'm excited for the weekend, and I'm excited to just kind of get out because I feel like with me getting hurt and everything like that, I haven't been doing like too much. Like the weekends are kind of active for me, but during the week I don't really do much shit. Lately I've just kind of been focusing on this podcast, which I don't mind because it keeps me really really occupied, you know. But I feel like it's helped me because it's helped me become a little bit closer with like my family, you know, like my sister, my mom, my dad, my stepdad, because my parents are divorced. That's probably why I'm so funny. But either way, I feel like it's put me a little bit closer with them because I'm spending more time at home, you know? Like back when I guess my knee was healthy and I was working and all that stuff, I wasn't spending much time at home. And I feel like there's a lot of people that are in that same kind of boat, you know, of like being in your 20s, your young 20s, your late 20s. I don't even fucking know if you still live at home, I guess. And you're just like always you're just always on the move, you know, you're working, and as soon as you get home from work you have plans to go out, and by the time that you know it you're getting home at like 10 o'clock at night, and then you're doing it the next day, you know, so that routine gets a little bit boring. And I feel like that's something that just comes with a part of life, and it kind of sucks, you know, because like no one wants to fall into a routine because at the end of the day it's just so monotonous, it's just so boring of like doing the same thing on a regular basis. That's why I think it's very important to get out and do everything and experience as much as you can. And by this time the episode with DJ would already be posted, and that's why I think I love my friend group so much because my friend group is so active, not in the community, but so active in the sense of we love going out places. We love going out to drink or going on trips or going to baseball games or football games or doing whatever the case may be, but it's always exciting hanging around with them, you know, because I couldn't imagine just working, going home, and then laying in bed and watching TV or play video games or whatever you do. You know, I love being outside, and I think when the weather starts to get a little bit nicer because it's still kind of cold out, I'm going to I'm going to start going fishing a lot more. And before I got hurt, I was really fucking searching around marketplace because I really wanted to go out and I wanted to buy a boat. Just a little like stupid fucking boat, like a one person, two person, nothing too crazy. And I drive a pickup truck. So I throw it on a trailer, hitch it up, you know, and just take it to a little lake and just go fishing because there's nothing more that I love than being outside. And my Italian jeans, baby. I get real tan, you know, and every girl out there and even some guys pride themselves on being tan, you know? I can't even tell you how many times I go on Instagram and it'll be fucking November and I'll see girls post up and they'll be like, "Oh, take me back to when I was tan and oh, I wish I was tan and my freckles and blah 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 blah." I feel that. But here's the thing, I'm not going to go and go to a tanning bed. Because the idea of laying butt naked in this fucking tanning bed with those little sunglasses on scares me. And I think the reason it scares me is because when I was younger, I watched the movie Paul Blart a lot. And for you who have seen the movie, that one fucking dude gets locked in the tanning bed, and dude, he must get crisp. But I will tell you this: that when he leaves there, he was probably pulling some women. But that's besides the point. Whatever. So I want to get back into fishing, and the only problem is that I suck at it. I don't know if it takes skill or if it takes knowledge, but I'm absolutely garbage at fishing. I feel like lately, when I was going out last year, like over the summer a lot, I never caught anything. And my first year fishing, probably about 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, I was going a lot and I was catching a lot of fish, a lot of smallmouth, a lot of largemouth bass, because that's probably like the most entertaining thing to fish for, I feel like. But I was catching a lot of shit, and I remember this one story, or this one time actually, that I was fishing at a lake down by my house, and fucking cast it out, whatever. And what I didn't realize was that there was like a tree that was down. I guess it fell from a storm before, or whatever the case is. But it fell, and now it's like kind of laying across the water. I didn't realize that I cast it over it. So I'm getting a bite, and I'm like, fuck, so I start kind of jerking it up, and I start reeling it in, and it gets caught on this tree. And I was like, well, shit. It'd be a different story, like, if I just didn't have a fish on there. But there's a fish on there. I can't just cut the line, then the fish is screwed. So I'm like, fuck, man, what am I gonna do? So I kind of put my pole. I put some slack in the pole. Seems like the fish couldn't get away. So I put some slack in the pole, kind of laid it down on the ground, and I took all my clothes off, and I walked out in the water in my underwear. And you best believe that I got a fucking picture of that fish. But I'm like, fucking knee deep in this water. I probably had to go out about like 15, 20 feet, but I'm like in this water, in my underwear, holding this fucking fish up, and my buddy took a picture of me. If I could find the picture, that'd be crazy. I doubt it though, because it feels like forever ago. But I have like a lot of like fishing stories. I remember this one time I went out with my buddy, who I'm not even friends with really anymore, and we casted it out, and we got a fish, right? But then I guess it like was false hooked or whatever, and the fish ended up like kind of dying by the time that it like got to us because we reeled it in and it wasn't like flopping around anymore. So we were like, fuck, man, what are we gonna do? And it was small. I think it was a sunny. I don't think it was a bass. But we're like, fuck, what are we gonna do? So, you know what? Like, fuck it, let's catch a bigger fish. So we leave the hook in the fish and we cast that out. Next thing you know, we got this fucking big ass bass on there. Probably like a 9, 10 pound bass fucking caught onto this sunny. And that right there, that was probably like my best fishing memory. Cause that shit was cool. I mean, obviously it sucks that the fish died. But that was cool. That was a cool fucking moment. And then I remember this other time I went to same lake kind of at all these stories happened, and they had like a little rowboat there. So me and my buddy were driving around. We had pizza. We were on our way back to our house, and we were like, "Fuck, bro, let's hop in this little pedal. I think it's called a pedal boat, right? Where you like also pedal it as it goes along. So we hop in this pedal boat and we bring the poles out. We're eating pizza. It was good, and it was like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, so it was like dark by that time. And I think we caught like two bass. But like it goes under the same aspect, the umbrella effect of just wanting to be outside, and that's why I'm so excited for summer to happen. And I don't know. I believe that seasonal depression is so real, because like who the fuck enjoys the winter? No one. I think, and if you do, then you don't work in it. So like the way that I believe it is like a lot of girls like the winter because you don't have to go outside and shovel in most cases. And
It sucks.
I fucking hate the snow. That's why I was like so active in the thought of like wanting to move to a southern state. And one of those states that really popped out to me was Texas, because when I was really young, I would always watch movies and it always took place in Texas. And I just love the idea of having a lot of land and like a lot of bang for your buck at least. And when I first started working out, I remember I watched Generation Iron, I think it was called, with Arnold Schwarzenegger and all these other bodybuilders. And one of this guy that I really gravitated towards, it just so happens that I look like him now. His name is Branch Warren. And he's like a bald, fucking beefy ass man, but I think he lived in Dallas or maybe Austin. I'm not even entirely sure. But like his little portion of the movie was dedicated to him, and he was like riding a horse, and I think like he was just like living off the land, and it was so fucking cool to me. So I just gravitated a lot towards Texas. But with me being hurt and everything, I was supposed to go out there in August, and I was supposed to kind of just like scope out the areas of which I wanted to live, which was Corpus Christi and like can't even remember entirely. Bay City was like my number one. Even though I know it's a bad area, it was like the prettiest to me, and I've never been out there, so I just wanted to travel around because I want to be like a little bit outside of a big city like Houston because I like that. Like, like being able to go out into the city on the weekends, not being too far. But I also really wanted to live near the beach because I fucking love the beach. And back when I had hair, I used to love the way that like the salt water would leave my hair. And that was such a vivid memory for me, dude. I might start rocking a wig and get salt water in my wig, dude, a toupee. But I remember when I was younger, me and Eden, he's gonna be on this shit in no time. Don't even worry. But me and Eden were wearing or we weren't wearing anything, but we both had like long, darkish kind of brown hair, I guess, and he had like this salt spray or sea salt spray or whatever, and we would fucking spray this shit into our hair every day over the summer, and it would give it like this texturized feel that we both really fucked with, and we were outside all the time because when this happened, we had to be like 13, 14, yo. So, before we were driving, we were fucking walking everywhere. So we were tan, like I think he has freckles. I don't even fucking know. But like we were just tan. We were outside all the time. We were fucking fit because we were always playing basketball and sports and stuff. But either way, and then we put like this sea salt spray in our hair, and we felt like we were fucking Abercrombie and Fitch models. Holy shit! When I was younger, I wanted to be a model. My dad told me I was too ugly. He goes, Joe, do you really think you can make it as a model? And I said, I don't know, but I would love to give it a try. And he said, Joe, look at the people that are modeling. And I said, yeah, and? He said, you don't look like them. And that's very true. I do not look like them. I don't look like them now, and I didn't look like them then, but it was still a funny idea of like being a fucking 11, 12-year old kid and wanting to be a model for like American Eagle. I don't even wear American Eagle. I never have, and I probably never will. But it's still a funny idea that that's what I wanted to do when I grew up. Was I wanted to be an American Eagle model. And now look at what I do. I'm a welder, and I have more burn marks than a fucking crackhead. I don't know if those correlate, but let's just say they do. I have like massive fucking burn marks on the inside of my arms that I remember when I first started welding and I was in high school. My I think I had a big burn mark on my hand. And one of my teachers asked me and was like, "Are you okay? Like is everything okay at home?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what do you mean?" I mean, I'm confused on like what you're saying. And they're like, "Well, like you have a big burn mark on your hand and like do your Do your parents put out cigarettes on your hand? And that was a reach. But needless to say, no, they did not. But it's still a funny idea that like a teacher would ask me that. And I guess for the teacher to ask me that, it must have been like a relevant thing that I guess happens, but that's like insane. Like no, I don't think I've ever even thought about someone putting a cigarette on me. I feel like that would fucking hurt massively. At least like when I burn myself at work, I'm getting paid for it. If someone just puts a cigarette on me, that's like a hey, fuck you. You're no better than an ashtray. But then again, Ashtray was the best character in all of Euphoria. I don't even know what I'm talking about at this point, honestly, but I think what I'm going to do, and I think what this podcast is going to become, is that I'm going to do short length videos of just me talking, just so you can get to know me as a person better than me like almost interviewing someone else, because I feel like when I interview someone else it's more based around them and my relationship with them, and I feel like having the mix of two is going to allow you guys to really get to know me, and that's basically what it is like I'm going to do short length videos of myself, probably around like 25 to 30 minutes, anywhere in that range, and then the episodes with other people I'm probably going to do around 40 to 45 minutes, maybe a little bit longer depending on what the topics that we're talking about, but I don't want to do anything too crazy. I'm trying to keep it minimal for now, but also consistent enough that you guys are itching to come back. Because I feel like everything that I talk about and everything that I talk about with a guest, I want to keep it pretty much on topic, and I don't really want to go off on crazy tangents. Now I kind of did, but that's just because this is going to be an episode for the weekend, come back from the weekend, just have a little bit of enjoyment, I guess. But this was untapped territory, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys stayed to the end. If you did, like, subscribe, share, please. It means the fucking world to me. I don't think you guys understand how excited I get when I see a new like pop up or a subscriber or whatever, because this is what I'm very active with right now. I'm very passionate about this shit, and I hope you guys gravitate towards it the same way that I do, and I hope you guys get the joy from it that I give out, giving it to you guys, So this has been Untapped Territory, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Love ya.